Crap. Now where did I set those heart-shaped cake pans? Oh well, I'll just have to find them later. And if I don't, then circles are romantic, right? I mean, it's literally how wedding rings are shaped and... Jesus, babe! It hasn't even been half a year since we said our vows. Don't be this eager to test out till death do us part. No, this isn't girl dinner. This is my surprise for Oh. You weren't supposed to see this yet. Well, I'm glad you like it. And of course I did. Just because you got called into work on an off day doesn't mean I'm letting our first Valentine's Day as a married couple die at the hands of your insufferable jerkwad of a boss! You're right. Let's just focus on us instead. No, I was actually planning to bake a traditional red velvet cake. Got the Dutch cocoa and everything. How could anyone forget a first date like ours? Here I thought I was having an amazing time with a seemingly wonderful person who's totally my type. And you suddenly went off on an hour-long rant about pop culture ruining the classic red velvet in the middle of the restaurant. As if it made me like you even more. You know I love it when you nerd out about stuff. And honestly, it gets me a little too excited at times. If you know what I mean. Look, all I'm saying is that I appreciated learning all about the Renaissance during our time in Florence. But hearing you talk about it with such an adorably nerdy expression really got me into the honeymoon spirit. Aw, are you blushing? You're redder than the batter right now. I'll be fine here. You should go get out of those stuffy clothes. Of course, I've got it all covered. Hey, I followed the recipe to a T with those cookies. Our crappy oven was too old, which is why they ended up burnt. Besides, they were perfectly fine on the inside. They were not doughy. I intentionally wanted them to have a gooey center. Don't you like cookie dough anyways? Shut up. No, you don't know anything about baking. Stop laughing. You stop laughing. It's too cute. I'll be fine. Go change. What was that for? You're adorable. I'm just me. Fine. Let's bake it together. You grab the dry ingredients, I'll get the wet ones. That makes no sense. How is this a that's what she said quip? Such a dork. I didn't say I disliked it. I, in fact, quite like dorks, you see? You happen to know someone who has some of the most outrageous takes on the Call of Cthulhu that they decided to nervously spit out while meeting my parents for the first time? Like I said, I don't mind it at all. Just like I don't mind the way you so adorably scrunch up your nose in your sleep when the sunlight hits your eyes every morning. Okay, it might have been one of the reasons why I didn't want us to get blackout curtains for the bedroom. Alright, we need to measure all the dry ingredients out and then dump them into this bowl. Yep, flour, sugar, Hey! Oh, very funny. Ha ha. Now put me down, you big flirt. We need actual sugar. It's in the container beside the cocoa powder. Now we add all the wet stuff. Don't. I can see through that smug grin of yours. Gosh, we're married now. Why are we still such children? God, is this how marriages are supposed to go? Are we doing it right? Honestly, yeah, I don't care either. I like this very much. You know, back when I was a kid, my dad would bring home flowers every weekend. He would give me one, and we'd sing all these silly made-up songs until I fell asleep. Then one day, I woke up to get some water and saw my dad, a 6'5" handyman, awkwardly trying to waltz with his 2 left feet. And my mother couldn't stop giggling. But she didn't let go no matter how many times he stepped on her feet. And I knew I wanted something like that someday too. And now I know why. I know why they had such stupidly bright grins on their faces, because I feel that way too. Like when I've had a long day at work and then you text me a silly cat meme. I'm not a sap. I was just sharing a beautiful memory. No, I'm definitely not crying. Especially after being called a sap. Thanks for that, by the way. You can't keep pulling that move all the time. See, that's completely different. Me coincidentally making plans to get you some ice cream and my patented foot massage has nothing to do with this. It's definitely not my intention to bribe you at all. Anyways, we need to crack the eggs in another bowl. Sweetie, the last time you tried to crack some eggs, there were more shells in the pan than egg. I don't quite understand how you can make just about anything, yet still manage to struggle so hard when it comes to cracking eggs. It's so you to have charming little quirks like these for me to swoon over, babe. Aw, look at you, all shy and flustered like that. Babe, you're totally flustered. Ugh, you're so adorable when you blush like that. I'm glad to know that my powers have only doubled after unlocking the wifey status, because this bowl isn't the only thing I'm trying to butter up. Hey! What was that for? Very funny. Oh, it's on, hotshot. You most definitely aren't getting away with smearing flour on my face. Get back here! Yeah, you like it? Who's laughing now? Certainly. Revenge is a dish best served cold. I'd rub all of me all over you if I had to. Oh gosh. That's not what that's definitely not what I was going for. Jesus. We need to mix the ingredients in the bowls together. It was the one time. Sue me for trying to be a romantic, I guess. Oh, don't you go on calling it cute now. Me drunk dialing you and talking your ears off about how my toes are floating because Vivian gave me a bunch of magic beans is, well, outright ridiculous, frankly. By the way, did you know that eating vinegar in Chinese means to be jealous? Oh, astute observation. Our cake does have vinegar as well. Maybe. I might have been just a little jealous that your boss made you spend the entire day with them rather than with me. But this right here, us bantering, flirting, baking a cake together, definitely undid all that. In fact, it's so much more worth it getting to spend the night like this after a busy day of planning and Missing you all throughout. Right, yes, the pan. It's been driving me crazy since this morning. I could have sworn I kept it in the cabinets on the top left, along with the silicone molds for the muffins I got from the office Christmas party last year. Huh? How did you... Are you a sorcerer? You wouldn't believe the goose chase I've been on while looking for this pan today. It was always on the back of my mind while I kept trying to get other things done. You know, in a way, it did prevent me from sulking about you not being here all day, so it's... What's this in here? Is this, like, a prank? Or, Oh, the case of Charles Dexter Ward. Oh my... How did you even find this? It's getting way harder by the minute to refute that you're a sorcerer after this one. Oh my god. It's real. Sweetie, this is the best gift ever. Gosh, how did I bag such a smooth one? At least give the cake a chance before you declare that I'm your favorite gift. Save some of that cheese for the frosting, will ya? Plus, it's not just the cake. I've got some other stuff in store for us tonight. As much as I do appreciate that expression on your face, my plans are of the wholesome variety. But before I tell you what they are, Spill, how did you manage to get your hands on this beauty? Seriously? Your boss cashed in a favor to get you referrals for a private collector? I don't even know what to say. I've been hating your boss ever since you got that call this morning. Which I think was about this instead. Man, I feel so guilty right now. That's just such a wonderful thing to do for someone. We need to thank your boss with a very lovely gift for what they did. I'm not so sure about that one. I'm sure you've got it all covered, but run your ideas by me later. For my peace of mind, if nothing else. Honey, I love you, but you got Ryan that electric boogie board last year, and he's famously afraid of water after almost drowning thrice. You were there when it happened 2 out of those 3 times. It'll be all right, okay? I'll help you pick out something nice, and we can bake some muffins to go with it. What do you think? Right? Yep. The plan's for tonight. Also, we should pour the batter into the pan and toss it into the oven. So, I thought that since we couldn't enjoy breakfast in bed, maybe we could start the tradition of doing something slightly more alternative. Dinner on the couch. Well, today made me realize that not every Valentine's would be a Saturday like this one, and even still, your absolutely lovely boss might actually end up calling you in. But in the end, we can always finish a tiring day at work and come back home to each other. We can cook together and cuddle up on the couch with a cheesy horror flick, talk about our day, and fall asleep all cuddled up. Well, we're still young. Yes, God forbid we do this anytime post-30s. Sleeping on the couch would break our backs. Because I went to Silly Waltz with you in the living room, just like my folks used to. And our bedroom isn't spacey enough for that. Besides, live a little. Tough it out with me. Wanna pick the movie out while the cake bakes up? Oh, be right back. Should I leave you two alone? Please, of course I got his Chinese. But the way you're eyeing those crab rangoons, I'd appreciate some of that attention over here. So, how do you like it? Oh, no. Actually, I made those myself. I followed this adorable lady online. She's a retired teacher, and her kids help her make videos about her crochet. Bought the sparkly yarn from her website. Though, I'm not quite there yet. Maybe next year. Really? Sure. Yeah. We can make a date out of this. It'd be nice to relax and crochet together. But for now, this crochet heart and the real one both belong to you. I thought that I might as well pull out all the stops while trying to keep myself distracted all day. Besides, I know that you don't admit it, but you really enjoyed that spa day I had planned back in Tuscany. Baby, we traveled all over Italy to sightsee. That last day definitely wasn't a waste. It was a blessing. Now, pick a movie, because we've got some totally inauthentic Chinese takeout to scarf down. This feels so nice. I could totally swap out going someplace fancy for night ends like these in a heartbeat. Really? That's exactly when I knew as well. I was so scared that I might have said yes to a road trip too early on in the relationship. And then we got lost at a fairly stranded place, thanks to my amazing skills at deciphering maps. Then your car broke down. And the fancy dress I chose to wear to live my Jessica Rabbit dreams caught on fire. I totally thought we'd end up at an axe murderer's basement that night. Especially when you told me to wait and then disappeared for like an hour. That might have been up for consideration once or twice. To be fair, you were being pretty secretive about our itinerary. And then left me behind in a locked car with a fried-up engine in the middle of nowhere. But you somehow managed to come back with the dorkiest, most endearing bunch of people I had ever met. I still don't know what voodoo you performed to have found them. I had silently been panicking on the inside the whole time when you rushed up to the car shouting out my name with $1 million smile, like you had just unlocked the biggest achievement of your life. That's when I knew I'd put a ring on you someday. Just being with you makes every problem feel so trivial. And every moment so special. Like right now. I love you. I want to start the movie. Oh, I think it's ready. I'll go take a look. It's okay, just keep your feet soaked. What? Baby, you really don't need to carry me. I love you too. To the kitchen then, I guess. Whoa!